There is not a day that goes by that I don't get asked, Maria, how's the real estate market? How's it doing? What are the predictions? Well, the real estate market is definitely very interesting. And in this video, I am going to share with you the latest Florida housing numbers for my area, which is the Treasure Coast of Florida, and what to expect as a buyer and seller. And I think you're going to be really surprised. And also, are you waiting to purchase a foreclosure? You are going to want to hear what I'm about to tell you later in this video. Well, housing is the epicenter to all economic strengths or weaknesses. For example, think about what housing supports. We support tradesmen such as plumbers, electricians, contractors. People go to Home Depot and Lowe's to maintain their property or remodeling. Or you could be doing a kitchen or bathroom remodel, so all of those people. And oh yes, the Florida pool companies are big business here in Florida. And then in addition, you have title companies, surveyors, housing inspectors, realtors. All of those companies I just mentioned have employees who make money off of the real estate industry, and then they in turn spend that money on possibly housing, dining, groceries, getting their hair, nails done, clothing, going on trips, buying a car, and the list goes on. So you can see what I'm saying, that housing is the canary in the coal mine. We are the industry that sustains the economy. If housing is doing poorly, then everyone is doing poorly. Hi, I'm Maria Wells, and I have been involved in real estate for a long time, and the trends and economics of the housing market absolutely fascinate me. I have chaired both our state and national level research committees, which is what provides all those housing numbers that you get out there, and so it's really what I love to do. So if you like this video, please subscribe and hit the bell to receive my videos, which are all about real estate, released weekly. So let me answer the question, and I'm going to use this area that I live in, which is the Treasure Coast of Florida, from Palm Beach through St. Lucie County, and we are still seeing a strong market. It's certainly an interesting ride for those experienced in maneuvering in a changing market. However, we are still strong. It's not like it was earlier last year in 2022, where buyers were lined up down the street to see a property, multiple bids all over the place. But I feel that it's a good thing that we are in this type of market other than the higher interest rates. So here's the story of why the real estate market is strong. So buckle your seatbelt as we are about to depart on the ride of real estate. Well, let's use Martin County as an example of the market. Now, Martin County includes Stuart, Jensen Beach, Palm City, Hobe Sound, and more. Well, sales were up over 12% the same time last year. Yes, they're actually up. Now, St. Lucie and Palm Beach counties, which are north and south of here, their sales were down a bit more. However, it's important to note that at about this time last year, sales were starting to decline. So the better number to compare the sales to are pre-pandemic numbers. So that would be in 2019. And I can tell you, if we compare 2023 to 2019, our sales are stronger than they were then. So here you can see that cash sales have risen to represent about 52% of the real estate market, meaning about 40% of buyers are financing even with the higher interest rates. For a buyer, there are some assumable mortgages out there that you might be lucky enough to find if you are considering purchasing a home. We need to realize that in about 10 months in 2022, interest rates went from 3% to 7%, and currently in May of 2023, we're looking that they're hovering between 6 and 7%. The median sales price is up over 6% from a year ago, when we all thought those prices were high. The lower inventory is still placing demands for homes. We are seeing sold prices at about 5% of listed price, meaning listed prices are pretty close to market value, which tells me sellers are now being realistic. They're not just placing a number out there and hoping a buyer comes to buy it. So at this point, remember, Florida is still the destination for most people. Our economy is strong, no state income tax, and many benefits of having this to be your permanent home, along with sales tax holidays. What is interesting is the new inventory is down by about 9% in Martin County, and to the counties north and south, it's even a bigger number, like 15 to 20%. That is huge. It's it's telling us that sellers are still contracting and not placing their homes on the market. Even though we see a monthly supply rising, we are hovering at about 3 months, which is still low and still places constraints for buyers. A normal market is at about 6 months of inventory. The reason the monthly inventory is increasing, so it sort of, gives such an illusion when you see that there's not as many listings coming on the market, but the inventory is increasing, and that's because old listings are remaining on the market longer by about 2 months. Yet we are still below the desired number, as I mentioned, of having 6 months of inventory for a balanced market. So the bottom line is there is less new listings and homes are taking longer to sell in some cases. Well, this gives, like I mentioned, a false pretense that the market is really dropping, and it's not. You just have to pay attention to what stayed on the market and what's coming in the market. For example, I had 3 homes I listed recently for sale in the range of about $700,000, and they were all under contract within 5 days or less, and some even had multiple offers. Well, why is that? Well, that's because buyers are waiting for fresh inventory. They have seen what's out there, and when something new hits, boy, they just pounce on it. Yes, houses are still selling. 2 of those homes actually had financing, so those people were willing to pay the current interest rates for those homes. Right now, median time to sell has increased depending on the price range, anywhere from 25 to over 75 days, which is a new reality for sellers. Here you can see it broken down how many days on the market by price range of homes. So here's one of my seller tips that I mentioned above. This is when preparing your home for sale, it really matters. You need to beat out the competition. No longer are we doing the days where you just throw it on the market and it doesn't matter. It does matter. You need to get your home ready to sell quickly. I typically recommend getting it painted, making any repairs that you know are going to be noticed in an inspection. And I will tell you, buyers love it. They know they don't have to come in and take everything off the walls, patch holes and paint. They didn't find a lot of repairs they had to do. And it's just a clean canvas for them to start making your home their own. So it's a little more costly to paint, but your rate of return is high and it is truly worth doing. Well, remember in the beginning of the video I mentioned foreclosures? Well, are you getting excited about the possibility of buying a foreclosure or a short sale? Well, here you go. Only one foreclosure this month, and that's because there is too much equity in homes right now. Sellers are not going to give the keys to the bank. They are going to sell it themselves and pocket the extra money. So if you need to purchase a home, foreclosures is probably not going to be the route to be in Florida, and it's probably not going to happen in a lot of other areas either. So as far as my predictions, as we are now at the midpoint of 2023, here they are. Number one, we know Florida is the place to be, so there is high demand. Buyers, if you feel you need to buy a home in the next 6 months, now really is the time, even with these interest rates higher. And I'm not saying this because I'm a realtor, but at this point, you don't have as much competition. Inventory is going to continue to tighten, and once mortgage rates start to drop, you will be in the multiple bidding time again. So if you can at all purchase right now where you have some more choices, the great thing is down the road when interest rates drop, you can refinance and you already have the house of your dreams and you don't have to compete with everyone else out there. For sellers, prices are strong, and as you saw, prices are still continuing to increase. However, make sure you did the work to prepare your home for sale to get the most for your house. And the biggest tip is decide where you are moving and will it make sense. Here in Florida, our homestead property tax exemption suppresses your property tax rate. You may be paying a lot more in taxes if you move, and if you have lived here for a while, along with that fact, you may have a very low interest rate, so selling and purchasing again at the current rates may not be appealing, so do your homework. I will keep you updated on the market because as you can see, sales are strong. Yes, interest rates are high. New inventory is coming, but it's still not helping us get the amount of inventory that we need. And at this point, homes are selling pretty close to listed price. So I will keep you updated on the market. Remember to subscribe and hit the bell to receive my videos released weekly. And if you have any questions, please write them below. I will always get back to you. Real estate is an interesting ride. So let's go to this video for more helpful information about property taxes in Florida. And until next time, see you later.